Greetings. Salute. Elder Blacklight here. Today we're going to talk about prioritizing our concerns as black people. Prioritize your concerns. You see Brother Ben with this brother right here. I interviewed this brother maybe 10, 15 years ago, maybe 20, when I had my radio program, Mind, Body, and Soul, talking about black farmers. He had a book written Dr. Regli Abdul Muhmin. The book is Amen, The Secret Wars of the Great Pyramids. I interviewed him in person. He came on my program in Highland Park, black-owned radio station, 20 years ago. The black man needs, we're all people. Let's prioritize our needs instead of our wants. What we need, the black man and woman, to survive or to even to flourish is fresh air, fresh water, food, fresh food, the best food, clothing, shelter. Now, we're going to talk about the black farmers. Why haven't we gained any ground since I interviewed this brother? You see how young you see how young the brother was. You see that. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time ago when I interviewed him. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had, in 1975, had a bunch of farms, and they were flourishing, and we had supermarkets. Why did we lose all of that? We're going to talk about that. And we're going to also talk about why the organizations of black people can't get together and make things work. Stay tuned.
The Brother Ben X podcast. We are now live with Dr. Ridgely, who's down at Muhammad Farms. And I reached out to him a couple months ago, actually, but I know he'd be kind of busy. And so I caught a post today and saw he was active. So I reached out to him today with the help of Brother Larry as well. And I wanted to interview him about, just his background, because I like to first figure out, let you guys know about the brothers that's coming in, how they came in, how they got on the mission that they're on. But most importantly, the land as well and the farming, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we cannot be an independent nation without land. And a lot of our people aren't interested in farming. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about because of the sharecropping and the fact that he's doing this kind of work, especially during a time like this, when there's so much wrong with our foods, there's so much wrong with our fruit. I think he's taken on a mighty mission, so I want to talk about that work. And then
Let's freeze this.
Talk about how we...
Now, I don't know how long ago this interview was, but I'm led to these different topics and where to go. And most of you are into the wrong things, on YouTube. We all should be talking about this right here. You know, now this brother, he gets a whole lot of hits. Brother Ben, a very young, industrious brother, and very wise for his age. But I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been in it for a long time, and I recognize what's holding us back collectively from uniting. We want to deal with that white man. See, you can't deal with the white man and get any progress. You see, that's our problem. See, and you know, all y'all was checking out Biden and Trump clowning on national TV, putting on the show. That's all, and that's all y'all gonna gossip about. So y'all into personalities, you know, and that's what's our problem. That's one of our problems. Check this out.
In this country, economists often point to the absence of African American generational wealth as one principal factor to resources passed from parent to child. As John Yang reports, for many African Americans, one source of the problem goes back decades.
Over the past century, African Americans have lost millions of acres of farms they owned across the South. It's a trend propelled not just by economic forces, but by white racism and local white political and economic power. It's not just a legacy of the Jim Crow South either. Most of the losses have occurred since the 1950s. That history and its lasting effects are the subjects of the cover story of the September issue of The Atlantic magazine. It's written by Van Newkirk, who's a staff writer at the magazine. Van, thanks for joining us tonight.
DemocracyNow.org, The War and Peace Report, as we move now into our last segment.
We end today's show with a look at David versus Goliath, a case heard by the Supreme Court Tuesday that pitted a 75-year-old farmer from Indiana against Monsanto, the world's largest seed company. The dispute began when soybean farmer Vernon Bowman bought and planted a mix of unmarked grain typically used for animal feed. The plants that grew turned out to contain the popular herbicide-resistant genetic trait known as Roundup Ready that Monsanto guards closely with patents. Monsanto accused Bowman of using their technology without paying for it. Their contracts with farmers give them the exclusive rights to supply the Roundup Ready soybeans. They sued Bowman for patent infringement.
Well, on Wednesday, I spoke about this case, how it could impact corporate control of the world's food supply, with Debbie Barker, Program Director of Save Our Seeds and International Director of the Center for Foods.
So, that was several years ago. We were just talking about black farmers, you know, trying to survive. Now, white farmers can't survive because of GMO, Monsanto's. See, while y'all playing, they scientists are working day and night. They are the Antichrist. They are against nature. And those that are against what's natural, what's original, are trying to dominate the planet. Satan. And this is what we're going to have on our list of topics. How the black man want to put the white man in his mix. Result, he's getting nowhere. He's about to become severely handicapped. This is Black Light.